Happy Tuesday, guys. So today you are doing another page in your bell ringer packet, the Winter Flip book, and today we're learning about author's purpose. So you should have been taught this a little bit in middle school, so this should be a review for most of you. So in elementary school, they use the acronym PI, but then when you get into middle school, then they use PI. So it stands for persuade, that's the P, inform for the I, entertain for the E, explain for the other E, and D for describe. So you might be thinking that if you describe something and you inform someone about something, that is essentially the same thing. Not exactly. So we'll look at examples here for each of them, and then you will be doing the pages in your packet where you have to read a paragraph or so and describe what kind of purpose the author is trying to convey. Do note on your instructions, I have not uploaded the quizzes. I've kind of thrown that out. I think the questions are going to be sufficient enough, and I don't want to overload you with too much work, so there will be no quizzes on the author's purpose. They're just the questions, the multiple choice ones in your packet. Okay? All right, so persuade, of course, you're trying to convince someone to think your way, to do something, to even for a call of action as well. So political campaigns are our best example for that. They're trying to persuade you to vote for this particular candidate. Here we have a paragraph, my grandma should win Orange County's best pie contest. Her pie is the best in the world. She makes it from scratch with fresh cherries. Everyone who gets a taste of grandma's cherry pie agrees there's nothing else on earth like it. Okay, so I'm going to pause right there, but you can obviously tell this person is going to try to persuade you that their grandmother makes the best pies and should win the pie contest. So words like should, and then believe or best or would, all these words kind of indicate that this person is trying to persuade you to do something. Okay, so there's a lot of words here that are very biased. If you can disagree with it, then it's usually trying to persuade you. Okay, then we have inform. So this is like your history textbook. Gives you true factual information about a topic. So this one is just giving you information about the first pies, how they were made in the 12th century, how they've changed, and then how fruit pies were created as well. So there's a lot of data, there's a lot of facts. You can't agree or disagree with it. I mean, like the sun is hot, you could disagree or agree with it, depending on, if there's a cloud or winter, like even though the sun is out during the winter, it's not warm because of where the earth is positioned, the rays of it. Now with things that are informational text, if you said the sun is important to Earth's survival, that would be information. That would be a fact. You can't really argue with that because obviously if we know if the sun went out, then everything on Earth would die. So inform is true factual information, or hopefully true. Okay, and then we have entertain, something that's funny. So these are narratives, these are stories. Now there may be a moral or purpose behind them, like fairy tales. Obviously they're designed to teach a lesson, but ultimately they're there to entertain. So this is like a narrative story about two characters, and then them trying to compete for the last slice of pumpkin pie. Okay. All right, then we're having explaining. So this could be instructions, a recipe, telling you how to do something. So here, they're telling you how to make a pie, or at least the pie crust. So the author gives you directions and tells you steps in the process. So these are usually very easy to identify. You see these sequence transition words. So first, after, next, etc. All those. Finally. So explain is pretty easy. They just tell you a process of something. Okay, and then describe. They use descriptive words. So these are our sensory details: sight, smell, touch, taste, hearing, and then all that. So our gustatory, auditory, all those senses that we use, we can kind of sense that in the text. So there's a lot of description, and it tells about a topic. So this could be factual, this could be not. If you're describing the tree frog, they may have a whole passage about the color of the tree frog and things like that. Here they're describing a blueberry pie with a beautiful, perfectly golden lattice crust. So a lot of description words here. And there's really no plot to some description. It's just giving you a bunch of detail. So narrative text often utilize this to create a scene, to describe a location that will be important to the story. But the purpose of this paragraph would to be describe something. All right, so that is all of our author's purpose. So make sure you get those pages in your packet complete. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to email me. Okay, I'll talk to you guys, at least, well, my recording will talk to you guys tomorrow.